Hello, this is for the sign of Capricorn. I was reading through the comments and I seen a beautiful question, an honest question, where somebody had asked, how do you forgive? Basically, how do you heal? Like, how do you heal after someone has hurt you? And the first thing I'm going to say before I go all the way into the reading is, how long will you allow someone outside outside of your divine purpose to be in charge of your destiny? Because that's exactly what unforgiveness is doing. Your inability to forgive is the very reason why you're stuck. And it's almost like, for some of you, I don't see it for all. For some of you, I see where, like, you're literally still waiting. Like, you're still waiting for someone to come back around and tell you how they truly feel, or tell you what they're going to do with their love for you. It's like you gave someone your power, and that's what unforgiveness does. When you are unable to forgive someone, it's almost like you give them your power. But for some of you, the wake up call is, how long will you live powerlessly? Like, how long will you wait for someone to choose you? Like, when will you choose you? When will you grant your own power that you gave to someone back? Like, when will you take your own power back? Because you can make the choice. Some of you have all the proof, the proof, all the proof that you need to see that someone isn't aligned with your destiny. You've received all the proof, but you're still waiting for more. And what that is doing to you, it's causing more grief and anxiety and worry, and it's putting you out of alignment with your purpose here on this earth. Like, you're not meant to live and suffer at the hands of somebody else. So it's like, the first thing when it comes to forgiveness, you have to be very intentional. You have to be very intentional and purposeful about your direction in life, and where you are and where you want to go. And in doing that, it's you understanding that there are going to be people in your life that they can't go with you. They cannot go with you. They can't come. They weren't assigned for your destiny, and that's why you chose a road of suffering, because you want someone to walk with you into your destiny, but they weren't assigned to. So it's like accepting it. So the first thing is perspective. It's your perspective. Let me see. It's your, see, yin and yang. That's like balance. To me, this is like the duality of things, bringing balance to your perspective. Well, how do you do that? If you only allow yourself to focus on the fact that you couldn't have this specific individual after all you've invested, and if you just only allow your mind to dwell on all the negative parts of a situation, and that's all you're going to see. And there's nothing outside of you that can change your mind but you. For some of you, I feel like you're afraid. You're afraid to forgive because you feel that in forgiving someone, it means that you're opening your heart to the pain again. And that is not true. It's like the lens that you have just needs to be adjusted on the situation. Just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to allow them back into your life. And just because you love someone does not mean that you have to be with them. So that's what it's all about, like a change in perspective. You can love people from a distance. You can love someone, but just understand that what they have been presenting to you is not fulfilling to your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, your psychological well-being, your mental well-being. It's not freeing for your soul. It's actually toxic, you know? And it's not your will over people's lives for you to determine who changes and what that change looks like so that they can fit, so that you can shove a piece into your puzzle that wasn't even supposed to be there. So it's almost like if you don't forgive and if you don't move on, then you're going to live a life missing out on love, waiting for someone who's already showed you that they're incapable. You know what I'm saying? It's like coronavirus is here and it's killing a lot of people. And it's like a wake-up call for people to understand that life is truly short. And how long of your life will you spend in misery waiting for another human to dictate your life's destiny? You have to take your power back. And it's like the conversations that you're having with yourself, like being aware. And how much do you give into your own pain? Do you only speak to people about your pain that will indulge in your pain with you so that you can feel right in your pain? Or do you have someone who can show you a positive way of looking at something that has hurt you and that has challenged you? Do you only watch shows that shows people suffering and in pain and agony? Like, do you indulge into the sufferings of life, or do you indulge into the positivity of life? Like, what have you done for yourself to elevate your mind and to take you out of a dark place? Or do you sit and dwell in that dark place? What do you do with your 24 hours a day that's given to you? Do you invest it into reading love novels and trying to put yourself in a positive alignment so that you can attract in positive, healthy love? Or do you sit and sulk in what has already happened? Because you can't turn back time. You have to be very intentional about your forgiveness. You have to be very intentional about the direction that you want your life to go into. And you cannot give someone who wasn't a part of your creation the right to determine what you do with your love. And you can't force nobody to love you the way that you want them to love you. You can't force no one to tell you the truth. It's like you not allowing people to have such power over you where you're holding grudges because you're constantly feeling let down by people who let them own selves down. So if I can't even treat me right, how can I hand my life over to somebody else and think that I'm going to treat them right? You know, it's like being more realistic about the situation. Because for some of you, you prayed. You prayed and you begged and you cried yourself to sleep and you asked to be released from the pain and suffering. And what that prayer did was allow someone to move away from you. So now they're removed and it's almost like you're praying for them to come back. But what are you asking to come back? Because if that person showed you that they're only capable of giving you pain because of how they were raised and what they were introduced into life as love, are you asking for that back? And if you want someone to be transformed, then you have to open your heart to the fact that who you expect it to be, that it just might not be them, and it's for your highest good. A man holding a heart. Yeah, it's like looking at it in a different perspective. Coming to full circle with even your own self, taking accountability and responsibility over your own heart. and what you do with your own heart, or whose hands you put it into. And it's like, look at the background of that man or that woman. What foundation do they come from? You know, who are their leaders? Who do they look up to? And if they are being led by a pack of wolves and they look up to the wolves, then they gonna treat you like a monster, and then you're gonna be mad because you had expectations that the person will change. But what if that wasn't their wishes for their own life? So it's like getting in alignment with the people that want what you want. See? So it's like a storm. It's like storm around love. And it could be about, well, who do I give my love to? I got all this love in my heart. Who do I give it to? Or once again, I don't know why I also see this as being the cross watcher. And once again, I did say that, like somebody sitting around waiting to see where this man or where this woman is going to put their heart. You don't give somebody that much power over you. If they can't make a decision on what they're going to do with their heart, you make the decision for them by walking away. You're nobody's option. You're nobody's choice. You are chosen. You will choose you, and you will choose people who choose you. Like that's your intention. That's what you're setting for yourself, and that's what you're going to live by. You don't wait. And that's what will make a man feel, or a woman feel, like they have the upper hand on you. Energy is a powerful thing. And I, you know, I said this before, I haven't done it yet, but I would love to do like a reading or something on energy, and the energy that you are showing people by like your actions. Or for some of you who are in desperation, like there's an energy that comes with that. And people feel it. People feel when you're vulnerable for them. And it's like, for you to not have that energy being sent out, you would need to take control over your life, over your heart, and over your destiny. And you would have to be very intentional about it. And sometimes it takes for you to get sick and tired of being sick and tired, for you to finally come to the point where you got to make a change in you, because you can't live like this no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's to the point where it's hard for you to even see the blessings in front of you, because your heart is so tore up by this storm. And there's blessings that have come in front of you, but it's hard for you to rejoice in it because of somebody else who can't love you the way that you feel you deserve to be loved. It's coming to the fact that, and this is going to be a hard pill to swallow, what I'm about to say. If you're mad at a man or a woman because you gave them your love, and it's like, well, how could they not see my love? How could they turn down my love? Oh, they'll never find someone better than me, you know? And you're mad at them, and they're guilty for what they have done. But doesn't that mean you're equally guilty? Because you're trying to run towards a person who doesn't know how to love. They're running from a person who wants to give love. Aren't you both guilty as charged? So it's almost like what you're yelling, when you're yelling at this person or thinking about this person, take a good look at yourself to see what, if you even sent this person a text message, read it. It's like, what message are you trying to get through to yourself through this person? You know? We as humans, we don't have the ability to fix another human. They have to be intentional and want it for themselves. And if they're not ready, don't, that's you resisting the blessing that could be out there for you. If you're resisting by sitting down and waiting, What happens if you die tomorrow? Would you have spent a lifetime waiting and never have given your own self the opportunity to love because you're too busy putting your life in someone else's hands? And then whose fault is that? So it's basically you taking ownership. See, and this is a strategy. It's like you taking ownership. Strategy. You can write it out. You could write it out. All right. Clarify. And this shows someone holding a coin. So that's what it looks like. Somebody is trying to plan out love and plan out finances. To me, this looks like somebody who is coming full circle with a situation. They could have went through the storms of life. It could have changed them. It could have changed them financially. It could have changed them in their heart. And someone is about to make a plan over their life, over their destiny. Someone is about to be very strategic on how they move forward in their life. And this is exactly what you should be doing. So it looks like some of you guys, I said that you have to get to the point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. This is somebody who's starting to look at life differently. They're starting to plan it out more, from using the lessons that they learned from the storm to move forward in a healthier way. See? The door to value. The door to that, somebody's price tag just went up. Somebody is tired of settling. Somebody is looking at all the people that they've been attracting in. They're asking themselves questions. They're reflecting. How did I attract in these people? What is it about me internally that I attract these types of people? I need to be more intentional about who I give my heart to, who I give my time to, how I spend my money. I'm about to put my price tag on up, baby. I'm moving on up. I've been settling for jobs who don't deserve me. I've been settling for people who don't deserve me. And it's time that I move on up now. It's time that I leave from this place. It's time that I move away from the storms of life. Look at that. The world and the door to romance. So you're closing a chapter. This is somebody who is closing a chapter of heartache, of allowing toxic people to come into their life. And I'm not trying to say the person is toxic. They can just have some behaviors within themselves that they're struggling to let go of, or that they refuse to look at. Some people don't like to look at themselves. For whatever reason, it probably hurts too much for them to look at themselves. And I always tell people that a lot of people are not going to be willing to do the inner work. So if you're a person who likes to reflect, who likes to evolve, you're going to have to start to align yourself with people who are on the same journey as you. And don't you ever assume that people are on the same journey as you. Give a relationship some time before you start to invest. Start watching their actions, not their words. Look at their behaviors. Look at their traits. Look at who they roll with. Watch them. Because somebody is closing a cycle. I hear to bad habits too. So I like this. It's like somebody, they're also checking their own bullshit at the door. They want to attract better. They want better for themselves. And they're fighting for their happiness, fighting to get away from all this. It's a completion of a cycle. And there's the duality. There's good and bad in every single human. You know, there's dark and light, there's good and bad in every single human. None of us are perfect. Nobody, none of us. We all have some work that we all need to do. And it's just figuring out whose baggage is good enough for you. Like, it won't overload the baggage that you already have. And you guys are working together equally, equal give and take. See? And appreciation. Clarify appreciation. Yeah. So you feel brokenhearted. You feel like you weren't appreciated. You feel like you weren't valued, you weren't appreciated, and this is why you're starting to close the door. You're closing the door to people who don't appreciate you and don't value you, and you're supposed to. You're supposed to. That's all it means, is that your heart is big. You have a beautiful big heart to love. But a lot of people are not going to appreciate it because they probably came from a dysfunctional home that never showed any love. So their love can be off of survival. You're looking for love in the wrong places, and it looks like whoever you were attached to was looking for love in the wrong places too. So those are two wrongs. You were looking for love in a person who didn't know how to love you or how to appreciate you. They're looking for love in other people. So aren't you all still trying to chase the same thing, but just going about it in two different ways? You don't have to be, So action, see, you're moving away. This is you charging forward. I feel like you could be at a resting place. I'm surprised rest didn't come up. But you're about to take action. You're about to move in a new direction. So to me, this looks like someone who is single and could have been sitting around waiting for someone to be their savior, and they decided to save themselves and move forward in a new direction. And I hear like it breaks your heart. You could be walking away even though you didn't want to. That's powerful. That's strength, you know? That's powerful. It's like, I really love this person. And sometimes your anger that you have can be A, disappointment. Your anger that you can have also could be B, damn, I really wanted this person. I'm so mad. Which is still disappointment. But it's like, I wanted it to be them. But don't stay there too long, because you can miss out on who it is. Once you have the strength to walk away from who it ain't, just know that this action you're taking is going to be towards who it is. So it's okay. It was a learning lesson. You can write down all the things you learned from it, how it has empowered you, all your do's and don'ts, what you won't do next time. Reflect on the lessons of it, not the pain. Don't stay on the pain. When your mind starts to go to the pain, switch the focus. Turn on something. Turn on a music that make you dance or something. Turn on a show that you love that is actually uplifting. Turn on something uplifting so you won't have to dwell in a dark, sad place. Be around people that you normally see laugh. Just switch it. Quick with it. Yeah. Everything is being illuminated. So it's like all secrets, everything is coming to light. You're coming full circle with a situation or just a chapter of your life. Yeah. And Spirit is telling you to be patient. So I feel like this is for the people who have walked away or in the process of walking away from a toxic cycle, and you're waiting to see what's to come. Like, you're doing the inner work on yourself. You're closing the door to people who don't value you and appreciate you. And now it's about being patient. Okay, I put in all this work, so what's going to be birth from it? Now that I have my value up, who's going to come in and reciprocate what I have to bring to the table and the love that I give? Oof. And this is also financial constraints. So you could be worried about finances right now. Clarify. Yeah. Somebody's also concerned about finances, like not knowing what to do, feeling like stuck. adjacent possibilities is someone who's not really seeing that many opportunities, like not know in a financial jam, not knowing how to get themselves out. All right. So I'm gonna since I see this, I want to focus on it real quick. All right. So let me go. This is the strategy. You see, you're wondering about finances, and you're wondering about love. All right. So Spirit, tell me about financial constraints. Past, present. Oh, this is good. All right. So it shows a completion. If you've been having some financial constraints, it shows a completion. Like you're at the end of it. I hear birthing a new idea. And this is, for some of you, what you didn't realize, although it could have caused a financial constraint, all your losses, you'll have a gain. For each loss, you will have a gain. And the thing is, like, also when it shows a completion, you could have left the job, or you could have lost the job due to the situation that's going on in the world. It's like a completion of a job, which is causing financial constraints, but I hear like help is going to be on the way. And then during this time, the same way how you could be closing your heart off to somebody, you could be also closing the chapter to a financial situation or a job that you could have been working at. I don't know why I just heard teller. Somebody could have been a bank teller. Yeah, because I hear deposits. Somebody could have worked in the bank, or somebody could have been like a financial advisor or did something with money. And I hear wellness. Somebody could have, I hear worked in a therapeutic setting. You worked in a therapeutic setting. Provided services to people who needed wellness. So someone, it's like an ending to a job. And I hear proctoring exams. So somebody could have been a professor or a teacher. Handling money. Somebody could have been a cashier. And you're waiting to see what's going to come in, you know? And it could be making you feel impatient, but you're not going to back down from your destiny. You're waiting. And I hear this wait will not go in vain. And let me tell y'all a big old secret. Ain't nothing more powerful than a pen, a notebook, and a prayer. Baby. A pen, a notebook, and a prayer. That's all you need. A powerful prayer, a notebook to write down your dreams, and a pen. Manifest that. You better manifest. And get excited. I hear new doors. I hear new doors. After a challenging time, it's like new doors is going to start opening to you. Opening for you. Ooh. This is beautiful. I see passion. Like some of you guys are going to finally see this. In the beginning of the video, I was talking about being intentional and being purposeful. To me, this is like somebody who's using this time to be in alignment with their true purpose and their passion. It's like you could have just found out what you truly want to do, or the direction that you want to go into, you know? And that's another thing. Capricorns, you are so loyal to the point where you will even allow your dreams to go dormant. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. It's not selfish to put yourself first. And whoever could have taught you that, It could have been a taught behavior that you can unlearn right now. It's okay. Some of y'all faithful to people who ain't faithful to y'all. Y'all faithful to jobs and stuff that they'll let you go at the drop of a second, but you will miss out on your dream trying to stay there for the job because you're so afraid, oh, they need my help. See what I'm saying? It's like self-sabotaging behavior. Stop holding yourself back from your dreams, from your destiny, from what you want, what you know you're deserving of, to keep helping others. Helping others is beautiful, but not at the risk where you miss out on what's for you. So see, like, that's an unhealthy behavior that you have to know. Keep saying it to yourself in the mirror in the morning. It's okay to put myself first. It's okay to make sure that my needs is good. Because what's going to happen is going to cause resentment. So stop doing that. Like, stop. However, you could have left the job that, and during this time of no work, now you're starting to understand what your purpose is, what you're passionate about, and now you're going to start to move towards it. And this did show strategy. So this is like the time for you to reorchestrate your whole entire life. You've been running after and living for so many other people. It's like this quarantine is actually helping you be your own savior through prayer, through meditating, through being with yourself, sitting with the sorrow, and using a strategy to do something about it. Like taking your power back, as you should. Clarify. Alright. See, and this is another thing, like, I don't know if this is for you or your cross watcher, but it's like something has come to an end. It's like done. You know it's the end because it refuses to put any more work into something. So this could either be you or your cross watcher, but there has been a relationship that has come to an end. Both parties are no longer putting in work, and it created a death. This could have been with a Scorpio, but it's done. Nobody's putting in work. You're not, nor the cross watcher. It's done. But even though it's done, somebody is still spying and having a hard time releasing it. Like somebody is still holding on. Although everything shows that it's done, somebody's still holding on. And that's another thing of why forgiveness is important. Because it will make you hold on to things that no longer serve you. It's okay. There's a lot of things in life that's not meant to last forever. Not even life itself is meant to last forever. Like, we're all gonna die one day. And I don't mean to say that and sound I'm not saying it to sound insensitive, but it's like a reality that we all have to face, that as much as we would like to, nothing truly lasts forever. So it's holding on to the good things as long as we can. But if something good has went sour and somebody is no longer putting in work, holding on is only going to cause resentment, and it's going to make you miss out on what is meant for you. And love is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, especially when it's reciprocated. It's beautiful. Love is powerful. It really is. Just imagine being with somebody who has the same values as you, who encourages you, who supports you, who uplifts you at times when you feel weak or when you feel tired or when you feel discouraged. Just imagine having a teammate and not a competitor, right? When you're in a competitive love, it's my view versus yours, and we're arguing, we're fighting. That's competitor. But true love evolves you. It helps you. It supports you. And how beautiful is it to be a part of a union like that? How special. When the passion is the same. You know, that's beautiful. I hear gross and income, a change, in gross and income. Some of you are about to attract in a job. Let me see. Yeah, see, and this is a good thing too. Like whatever could have broke your heart, it could have been a third party situation. It doesn't have to be, and third party could be anything. Either way, it just shows someone who was unwilling to meet you halfway. You know, for you know, I can see why, but yeah, it just shows that you're healing right now. Sleep deprivation. You guys are having a hard time sleeping. See, acceptance is coming. You're healing and you're about to start accepting everything. Always know your why. This is so important. And for you who journal, put your why. Why this didn't work out. Put it up against what you want, what you're deserving of. And put your why. How is it that this person didn't fit into your vision of love? And then it'll make you understand why this had to end, and you won't have to suffer so much. Knowing that this person couldn't love you the way that you were hoping they would because they have issues themselves that they need to come to terms with. Ooh. I hear investing into the stock market. Some of you guys are going to be looking to start investments, and it's going to be successful and work in your favor. Put that, journal it, write it down, make a wish. Clarify. Yeah, see, somebody went and make a choice around love. That's why you had to go, and I did say that. Like, somebody, you could have been with a Gemini. Yeah. Somebody wouldn't make a choice around love. It could have been a Gemini or it could have been a Pisces. But now it's like you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your higher self. You know? Clarify the highest priest. Oh, this is beautiful. Ooh. The Emperor, the highest priest. Somebody is about to take leadership over their life. I hear there's a calling. There's a calling on your life. There is a divine calling and purpose for your life. And it's like you're stepping in. The highest priest. Some of you could be going through spiritual changes right now, you know? The battle is not yours. You give the burden and the heartbreak. You cry that out. You cry it out and give it to spirit. They can heal you. So I hear divine support. That's beautiful. Divine support. And that's another thing too, because I hear somebody arguing. Somebody's arguing with their baby father or with their baby mother about what their job should be and what they should do as a parent and how they need to step it up. I'm telling you, you're wasting your breath. You're wasting your breath. I promise you, whoever this is, I promise you. I want to like, I pinky promise you, the minute that you back off and you stop telling this person how they should be a parent, the minute that you stop trying to enforce what they should do, they know what they need to do. The minute you back down is the minute that they're going to start to step up. It's going to be so crazy. The minute you just give it to God. Give it to him. He going to supply you and your baby's needs regardless. God is going to make sure that you're good. Going to make sure that your babies, your children is good. You will be fine. As soon as you back off and stop preaching to this person of how they should be a parent is the day that they're going to step up. As soon as you stop coaching them, they're going to stop. They're going to start. Watch. I promise you. I don't know. I feel that. I promise you. Stop preaching to them, texting them, calling them. Let them be. Because it's only, what it's doing is stressing you out more. Because he or she is going to be whatever he or she is regardless. But as soon as you stop, they're going to start to step in. And you're going to be like, that's all I had to do all this time was stop. It's going to be crazy. Okay. Sorry. See? This is the wheel of fortune. This is good fortune. This is good favor. This is things that once negatively impacted you, things turning around for your highest good. Capricorns, baby, it's going to be all right. All right? You guys got this. I'm going to continue on with the extended to see what's happening, what's moving on going forward with this wheel. Positive things are on the horizon for you. I promise you. Pray your way through each day. You're going to be all right. Watch how it works out for you. But the battle is not yours. Keep working on yourself. Keep loving yourself. Keep valuing yourself. Keep looking in the mirror and saying to yourself why. Your why I'm deserving. Why I'm doing this. And watch, this is turning in your favor. The wheel, baby. It don't get no better than the wheel. All right, I send you so much love and light, and I'm going to continue on to the extended.